we get it to our oldest son, or they like to travel a lot.
And they the Queen was, I suppose the Queens are in all these places.
We're getting ready to start.
But anyway,
Probably should be loud.
it flourished in there. And then I'd have to let them hold the eye where the stem was. I'd have that up and then they came out.
Good evening, Washington Courthouse. It is 7:30 PM on February 28th, 2024. Time for our second regular meeting of this month. At this time, Mr. Blair will offer our invocation and Mr. Johnson will lead us in the pledge. Stand.
Okay, let us pray. Jesus, you were born in a little town. You grew up under the authority of local leaders and officials who managed the majority of your daily life. We lift up our local leaders today. We pray for our city manager, city council, county commissioners, police chief, fire chief, judges, and all who serve our local communities. Strengthen them with wisdom and grace for the heavy burdens they carry. May they manage their teams and projects with love. Keep their hearts pure and their eyes turned towards your face as they work in the best interests of the people they are called to serve. In your name we pray. Amen.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, Mr. Blair and Mr. Johnson.
Yes, sir.
Roll call, please.
Hawk,
Here.
Johnson,
Here.
Schultz,
Here.
Blair,
Here.
Call, here, Chrisman,
Here.
Lynch.
Here. We have the minutes from our regular meeting on February 14th, Valentine's Day, 2024. Did anyone see any changes that needed to be made? Someone like to make a motion to approve?
I'll move that we approve the minutes from 2/14/2024.
Second.
That was Mr. Blair, I believe.
Thank you.
And roll call.
Hawk,
Yes.
Johnson,
Yes.
Schultz,
Yes.
Blair,
Yes.
Call,
Yes.
Chrisman,
Yes.
Lynch.
Yes. Any communications, Mr. Denon?
None.
We have the Service, Safety, and Recreation Committee minutes from Mr. Hawk.
A big one tonight there, Ted.
Yeah. The Service, Safety, and Recreation Committee met in the council chambers located at 105 North Main Street on Wednesday, February 14, 2024 at 6 p.m. Ted Hawk presided, and those in attendance were Mr. Jim Blair, council member, Mr. Caleb Johnson, council member, Mr. Jim Chrisman, council member, Mr. Steve Schultz, council member, Mrs. Sylvia Call, council member, Mr. Dale Lynch, council chairperson, Mr. Gary Dean, service director, Mr. Tim Downing, fire chief, Mr. Jody Langley, assistant fire chief, Mr. Jeff Veneri, police chief, Mr. Mark Pistick, city attorney, and Mr. Joe Denon, city manager. Number one, Chief Downing addressed the committee and spoke regarding the replacement of breathing apparatus. The committee recommended that legislation be brought to council to purchase new self-contained breathing apparatus from Fire Safety Services, not to exceed $142,000. Number two, Chief Downing noted an inquiry regarding the future status of an old tanker that is no longer in use at the fire department. Chief Downing noted the opportunity to donate the old tanker to an organization in Eastern Europe. The committee granted the administration permission to donate the tanker. Number three, the committee benefited from a report by the police department. Chief Veneri noted that Mr. Picard was currently attending the Ohio State Patrol Academy. I don't know if I butchered that name. Is Picard?
It's Picard, yeah.
Okay. Number four, Mr. Gary Dean, Service Director, presented a list of streets for the 2024 street paving bid. The committee recommended that the administration proceed. Number 5, the committee noted the need to purchase a combination sewer and cleaner vacuum system. The committee recommended that legislation be brought to council to enter into a lease agreement for the purchase of a Vactor combination sewer and vacuum system. Number 6, the committee recommended that legislation be brought to council for the purchase of an international dump truck from Rush Truck Centers not to exceed $128,000. Number 7, Mr. Denon advised the committee that the administration had been awarded grant funding from the Ohio Department of Natural Resources in the amount of $300,000. Mr. Denon noted that the grant would be used for maintenance, planting, removal, and training for tree services to be utilized in 3 census tracts within the city. Number 8, the administration noted that although road salt was in good supply, ODOT required a minimum order of salt be ordered for the ODOT purchase program. The committee recommended that the administration proceed with the order. Number 9, the administration noted that a 3rd well would be drilled by the YMCA that would supply raw water. And it's not gonna be drilled by the YMCA, it's on YMCA property, right?
Close,
That's a good point.
true.
The administration advised the committee that the source of the increased demand for the water system was located. The administration noted that discussions would continue with the company regarding the issue. The committee recommended that the administration proceed to meter the water usage from the company and collections on past usage be made. The water in question is being consumed via the fire services of the property. Number 11, the committee noted the house owned by the city on Robinson Road had been demolished. Number 12, the committee noted that new railroad signals would be placed on Court Street and Temple Street railroad crossings. Number 13, the administration advised the committee that paving work on the trail would likely begin in April. Number 14, the committee benefited from a report on the Capitolville Park Auditorium project. Number 15, the administration expressed appreciation of Representative Peterson's office regarding support of project requests within our community. Mr. Denon noted that the administration would be advised of the amount to be funded within the next few months. Respectfully submitted, Ted Hawk, Chairperson, Service, Safety, and Recreation Committee, Mrs. Kelly Ford, Recording Secretary.
Any questions? Someone want to make a motion to accept that?
I'll make a motion to accept it as read.
I'll second that.
Roll call.
Hawk,
Yes.
Johnson,
Yes.
Schultz,
Yes.
Blair,
Yes.
Call,
Yes.
Chrisman,
Yes.
Lynch.
Yes. Mr. Denon, your report, please, sir.
Thank you. Let's talk a little bit about new legislation. You have quite a bit this evening. And I'll try to keep the report brief because you've got a fair amount of legislation to go through this evening. Resolution 11/2024 is the self-contained breathing apparatus that you talked about in the committee report for the fire department. R12 is the sewer and vacuum truck. You use that to clean out sewer blockages, and also you use it actually to excavate when you've got too many utilities in the ground to where you need to get to. Like, let's say if we have a main break, but if you have the gas line relatively close and fiber optic cable, it's just a lot safer to use the vac truck to get down where you need to get. The dump truck is R13/2024, that you talked about in committee also. Resolution 14/2024 are the parcels owned by the City of Washington Courthouse off of Civic Drive. It's legislation requested by the school district. They want to pursue annexing that into Washington City Schools. And then Resolution R15/2024 allows us to apply for some grant funding for recreational trails. Want to remind everybody that's going to Honda LG tomorrow that you need to meet up at City Building at 11:30 per our earlier discussion so that we can take a fewer number of cars out there. Would like to welcome Lori Bishop to the tax department. She has been doing a wonderful job. She did, a lot of people be familiar with her from SVG, but she's doing a wonderful job in the tax department, and we are thrilled beyond belief. And the tax department, quite honestly, has been doing a tremendous amount of work, which 'tis the season. Not that anybody really looks forward to that, but we are making great progress there. Would like to thank the county and Jeffersonville and the townships. With the city, we've been working through putting together a comprehensive transportation plan for the whole county as you have things like Honda LG, so you can think through some issues now before you have some problems down the road. And we've been very pleased with the level of cooperation from the county and the townships and Jeffersonville in particular. It has been very pleasant exercise. Would like to thank Gail. She brought me a donut from the new bakery, which is very kind to her. I had successfully gotten the donut there before, and honestly, that did make me feel a little bit guilty. So a couple of days later, I stopped by Atkinson's and got the butterscotch cookies. And then I had to think about the two West girls, so I stopped by there too. Unfortunately, the health department was around today where they do the weigh, where they weigh you periodically as you go through that, what do they call it, rolling ripples?
Yeah.
3 pounds heavier. So that.
3 donuts heavier.
Yes. But that, Gail, very kind to Gail, and Atkinson, very nice people there, and the West girls have always been incredibly sweet, or West ladies, I should say. Because you've got a lot of legislation to go through tonight. That is all that I have.
Okay, thank you. Unless somebody has a question about what donut he got or something.
It's
Anybody
the
have any
chocolate
questions?
covered one with the sprinkles. It's a good choice.
Last meeting, you said you didn't get that.
I didn't.
Any other questions?
Well,
Okay.
I just, during, what's that section where we give our mind?
Miscellaneous?
Miscellaneous, I'll explain how I do the weight thing.
Okay.
How I do the weight thing.
Okay. Well, you
Okay.
had chili for breakfast, Ted, and I don't.
Next is our Director of Finance. Ron, again, I've said this before, but I'll mention it again. He gives us a very extensive report prior to this meeting during the Finance Personnel meeting. But I think that it is required in the charter that he gives a report to the community, so he usually shortens this report and gives you kind of the basis of it. But anyway, go ahead, Ron.
With our statement of cash versus this time last year, we're holding steady, so no problems there. As far as that goes, we're going into tax season now, and that'll obviously help uptick a little bit. We did have some expenses this month that we weren't counting on, but it has to be paid anyway. But overall, we're looking good, we're steady, and we're making good progress in the department, changing a few things around, and but from where we're at right now, solid ground, and pretty happy where we're at.
And the changes are going to help make more money for the citizens of Washington Courthouse.
Yes,
To be used by
Once we
the
get those
city.
implemented.
And we appreciate it. Mr. Pitstick, our city attorney.
Only thing I have is I would like to thank Judge Wolscheid for her smooth transition. We've been at this about 3 weeks, and we're doing quite well. We've had several tax cases that we've gotten judgments on, and the criminal cases seem to be going smooth, so I'd like to thank her in the public.
And you and Rod and a lot of people have been working on abating houses, which
yes,
we'll
we
have a
have.
lot of, so
Yes, we have.
we appreciate that also.
Thank
We have a clerk's report this evening, Madam Clerk, about the changing of a liquor license.
Yes, thank you, Mr. Chairman. Before council is a request from the Ohio Division of Liquor Control for a liquor permit Class A name change only from Jane's Fresh Market LLC Incorporated, doing business as Washington Courthouse Save-A-Lot, to SAL Acquisition One LLC, doing business as Washington Courthouse Save-A-Lot, located at 1151 Columbus Avenue, Washington Courthouse. The request was reviewed by the Chief of Police with no objections. Does council have any objections to this change? It's just a name change.
I always have objections to liquor licenses. My request is to have a hearing about it. That's all.
Do we have a second? Hearing none. Mark, you might just tell us what you told us when we were on the break in terms of this, the company's
What
repurchased.
happened was the Save-A-Lot was privately owned. And the corporate Save-A-Lot bought the privately owned back. And so now it's a corporate store instead of a franchise store. So that was the purpose of the change in liquor license.
Okay, so, having no second, we'll move ahead. Local residents and taxpayers, Ms. Lanning, if you would come forward, state your name for the record and your address, and then you can address us on your topic.
Absolutely. Catherine Lanning, 606 North Street. The issue I came to bring before the council tonight is about the increasing number of derelict and blighted residential and commercial buildings in the city. Near my home and many of other places I drive, there are many buildings boarded up, unlivable, and likely unfixable in a way that would make them ever livable safely or affordably again. I'm also a person who prefers to be part of the solution rather than just complaining. And I remembered that I'd read grants for communities dealing with blight and came to wonder, did Ohio have anything like this? And what I found is that in 2022, House Ohio Bill 33 passed. It allocated $150 million in funding, automatically awarding approximately $500,000 grants to every county in Ohio. There were successive rounds of first come, first serve awards after the remainder of that balance after the first $50 million was awarded. Fayette County was awarded $400,000. There is no record of any further applications having been filed in the successive rounds. And to date, we're one of the very few counties that have announced no projects for that grant at all. That grant is expiring. Any money not used by July 1st is going to be returned to the state. There is another round of funding requests currently open with a deadline of April 1st. Now, I realize on rare occasions, the internet is wrong. I know that's shocking to everybody. The internet can be wrong. This may be a case of paperwork shuffle. This may be a case of projects happily underway, and what I'm seeing is wrong, and I will happily sit down. But I'm also experienced enough to know that the state may have sent the award letter to Fayette County, Pennsylvania, Georgia, and not us. And if so, we stand to lose an awful lot of money that could benefit our community greatly. Communities around us have applied for $10, $20 million grants and been awarded them to assist with the blight and revitalization of their communities. There are many derelict houses that can be replaced with affordable housing for the new families coming in for the plants. Plenty of downtown buildings that could use the help for new businesses to thrive. It's hard enough to launch a new business without having to replace the roof or the foundation before you've even begun. The money is eligible to be used for both commercial and residential buildings with very few restrictions. And it would keep our police and fire departments from having to respond to places where there really are no residents, and those are dangerous, crumbling buildings. They don't need to be investigating at the risk to their own health. I'm getting a few puzzled looks, so I'm wondering if I have brought something up wildly out of left field, and if so, I brought a copy of the paperwork and some of the program details. I'll provide those to Mr. Denon.
Oh, thank you.
I print around of ink, you get one copy.
Okay.
But if this is something the council would like to pursue, I hate public speaking and I don't like politics, but I'm really good at paperwork, and I'm happy to help. I don't have chicken cupcakes. Hopefully cash as good second prize. Thank you for your time.
I like 400,000 better than chicken cupcakes myself.
Yeah.
That's me.
You could buy a lot of chicken cupcakes with that, I mean.
And you do very well at speaking before the public.
Yes.
And you just, I believe, you just finished serving on the review, charter review, which we appreciate very much. Thank you for that also.
Thank you.
Mr. Denon, do you know about this?
Yeah, we put together the land bank, and we used the land bank to apply for the funding. This program, last round, what did we tear down? 15 houses in town, Mark?
Yes.
Okay, and they're to ring a bell, like not too far from Sylvia across the street. That would have been a land bank grant funded demolition.
Okay.
And next meeting, Catherine, there'll be about 17 pieces of legislation for different properties in town to pursue for demolition and do exactly what you're talking about, and it relates to that. And then we're also going to demolish the old nursing home on Rawling Street. And then, if I remember correctly, Land Bank will also pursue a building in Milledgeville. So that is, and it's exactly that. That's where the money comes from.
Thank you for that. I was hoping the internet was wrong, but that was an awful lot of money to leave on the table if I guessed.
Yeah, and that the other interesting thing about it, too, if we go over, make the numbers easy. Let's say you get $500,000 in grant money, but you end up with, let's say $600,000 in projects. You'll get the $500,000 in grant, but then you only are responsible for, if I remember right, 25%. If you go over up to a certain level, and land banks accumulated a little bit of money, and it's their intention to keep marching forward. And in particular, who has been absolutely wonderful to work with is Dana Four at the Commissioner's Office, who quite honestly gets saddled with quite a bit of work related to this. But it's been a wonderful thing for the city, the county, and it's been a very positive event. And if we can get you a list of the properties, and if there's others in your neighborhood you want us to go take a look at, we can go do that.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Thank you. We have a lot of people come in and want money for things, but not too many that come in and say, here's some money, so thank you, I appreciate
I
that.
work in the corporate world. It's all about finding somebody else to pay.
Thanks very much, appreciate it. Okay, we're ready for legislation. As Mr. Denon has already indicated, we have a lot of legislation, so let's start. First, we have ordinance number 1, 2024, third reading.
I'll move that we put ordinance 1, 2024 on third reading.
Second.
Discussion? Roll call?
Hawk?
Yes.
Excuse me. Johnson?
Abstain.
Schultz?
Yes.
Blair?
Yes.
Call?
Yes.
Chrisman?
Yes.
Lynch?
Yes.
Sorry. Ordinance number 1-2024, an ordinance amending ordinance 13-2023 to make appropriations for current expenses and other expenditures of the City of Washington Courthouse, Fayette County, Ohio, during fiscal year ending December 31st, 2024.
We gotta pass it.
Move for adoption.
No, a passage.
Gotcha.
Yeah, okay.
Move, which was it? Passage.
It's passage.
Yes.
We need a second.
Second.
We're gonna be here a while. Roll call, please.
Sorry. Hawk?
Yes.
Johnson?
Abstain.
Schultz?
Yes.
Blair?
Yes.
Call?
Yes.
Chrisman?
Yes.
Lynch?
Yes. Ordinance number 2, 2024, it is second reading.
I move that we place ordinance number 2, 2024 on second reading.
I'll second that.
Discussion? Roll call?
Hawk?
Yes.
Johnson?
Yes.
Schultz?
Yes.
Blair?
Yes.
Call?
Yes.
Chrisman,
Yes.
Lynch.
Yes.
Ordinance number 2-2024, an ordinance rezoning lots 920 Blackstone Street, 8.483 acres, parcel 211-01-200-1032-00 from R1C Urban Neighborhood Single Family Residential District to R3 Multifamily Residential District.
Next, we have resolution number R4, 2024, second reading.
I'll move we put resolution R4, 2024 on the second reading.
Second.
Discussion? Roll call.
Hawk,
Yes.
Johnson,
Yes.
Schultz,
Yes.
Blair,
Yes.
Call,
Yes.
Chrisman,
Yes.
Lynch.
Yes.
Resolution number R4 2024, a resolution authorizing Joseph J. Denon, City Manager of the City of Washington Courthouse, to adopt an employee faithful performance of duty policy as required by ORC 3.061.
Move for adoption.
I'll second that.
Roll call.
Hawk,
Yes.
Johnson,
Yes.
Schultz,
Yes.
Blair,
Yes.
Call,
Yes.
Chrisman,
Yes.
Lynch.
Yes. Resolution number R5, 2024, second reading.
I'll move we put resolution R5, 2024 on the second reading.
Second.
Discussion? Roll call.
Hawk,
Yes.
Johnson,
Yes.
Schultz,
Yes.
Blair,
Yes.
Call,
Yes.
Chrisman,
Yes.
Lynch.
Yes.
Resolution number R5 2024, a resolution confirming Joseph J. Denon, City Manager of the City of Washington Courthouse, reappointment of Mr. Stephen Lewis to the Fayette County Planning Commission for the term concluding December 31st, 2026.
I'll move for adoption.
Second.
Roll call.
Hawk,
Yes.
Johnson,
Yes.
Schultz,
Yes.
Blair,
Yes.
Call,
Yes.
Chrisman,
Yes.
Lynch.
Yes. Okay, resolution number R6, 2024, second reading.
I'll move we put resolution R6, 2024 on the second reading.
Second.
Discussion? Roll call.
Hawk,
Yes.
Johnson,
Yes.
Schultz,
Yes.
Blair,
Yes.
Call,
Yes.
Chrisman,
Yes.
Lynch.
Yes.
Resolution number R6 2024, a resolution confirming Joseph J. Denon, City Manager of the City of Washington Courthouse, reappointment of Mr. Eddie Fisher to the Fayette County Planning Commission for the term concluding December 31st, 2026.
I'll move for adoption.
Second.
Roll call.
Hawk,
Yes.
Johnson,
Yes.
Schultz,
Yes.
Blair,
Yes.
Call,
Yes.
Chrisman,
Yes.
Lynch.
Yes. Resolution number R7, 2024, second reading.
I'll move that we place resolution number R7, 2024 on second reading.
Second.
Go ahead, Caleb.
Oh, thank you.
Caleb, I think.
Thank you.
You're the third.
Discussion? Roll call.
Hawk,
Yes.
Johnson,
Yes.
Schultz,
Yes.
Blair,
Yes.
Call,
Yes.
Chrisman,
Yes.
Lynch.
Yes.
Resolution number R7 2024, a resolution confirming Joseph J. Denon, City Manager of the City of Washington Courthouse, appointment of Mrs. Mandy Miller to the Fayette County Regional Planning Commission for the term concluding December 31st, 2026.
Move for adoption.
I'll second that.
Roll call.
Hawk,
Yes.
Johnson,
Yes.
Schultz,
Yes.
Blair,
Yes.
Call,
Yes.
Chrisman,
Yes.
Lynch.
Yes. Resolution number R8, 2024, second reading.
I'll move we put resolution R8, 2024 on the second reading.
Second.
Discussion? Roll call.
Hawk,
Yes.
Johnson,
Yes.
Schultz,
Yes.
Blair,
Yes.
Call,
Yes.
Chrisman,
Yes.
Lynch.
Yes.
Resolution number R8 2024, a resolution confirming Joseph J. Denon, City Manager of the City of Washington Courthouse, appointment of Mr. Gary Dean to the District 15 Public Works Integrating Committee for a term expiring December 31st, 2027.
Move for adoption.
I'll second that.
Roll call.
Hawk,
Yes.
Johnson,
Yes.
Schultz,
Yes.
Blair,
Yes.
Call,
Yes.
Chrisman,
Yes.
Lynch.
Yes. Resolution number R9, 2024, second reading.
I move we place resolution number R9, 2024 on second reading.
Second.
Discussion? Roll call?
Hawk,
Yes.
Johnson,
Yes.
Schultz,
Yes.
Blair,
Yes.
Call,
Yes.
Chrisman,
Yes.
Lynch.
Yes.
Resolution number R9 2024, a resolution authorizing Joseph J. Denon, city manager of the city of Washington courthouse, to enter into contract with Moody's of Dayton doing business as GM Baker and Son for the development of a 12-inch diameter by 125 feet deep well.
I'll move for adoption.
Second.
Roll call?
Hawk,
Yes.
Johnson,
Yes.
Schultz,
Yes.
Blair,
Yes.
Call,
Yes.
Chrisman,
Yes.
Lynch.
Yes. Resolution number R10, 2024, second reading.
I'll move we put resolution R10, 2024 on second reading.
Second.
Discussion? Roll call?
Hawk,
Yes.
Johnson,
Yes.
Schultz,
Yes.
Blair,
Yes.
Call,
Yes.
Chrisman,
Yes.
Lynch.
Yes.
Resolution number R10 2024, a resolution amending resolution R3 2024, creating a council committee called the Downtown Vitality Task Force, assigning members, setting goals and objectives for the committee.
I'll move for adoption on that one.
Second.
Roll call?
Hawk,
Yes.
Johnson,
Yes.
Schultz,
Yes.
Blair,
Yes.
Call,
Yes.
Chrisman,
Yes.
Lynch.
Yes. We'll move to new legislation. Resolution number R11, 2024, first reading.
I'll move we put our, resolution R11, 2024 on first reading.
Second.
Discussion? Roll call?
Hawk,
Yes.
Johnson,
Yes.
Schultz,
Yes.
Blair,
Yes.
Call,
Yes.
Chrisman,
Yes.
Lynch.
Yes.
Resolution number R11 2024, a resolution authorizing Joseph J. Denon, city manager of the city of Washington courthouse, to enter into contract with Fire and Safety Services Incorporated for purchase of self-contained breathing apparatus for the Washington Courthouse Fire Department.
Resolution number R12, 2024, first reading.
I move that we place resolution number R12, 2024 on first reading.
Second.
Discussion? Roll call?
Hawk,
Yes.
Johnson,
Yes.
Schultz,
Yes.
Blair,
Yes.
Call,
Yes.
Chrisman,
Yes.
Lynch.
Yes.
Resolution number R12 2024, a resolution authorizing Joseph J. Denon, city manager of the city of Washington courthouse, to enter into a lease agreement for the purchase of a Vector combination sewer and vac truck for the service department, and authorizing the execution of financing arrangements.
Resolution number R13, 2024, first reading.
I move that we put resolution number R13, 2024 on first reading.
I'll second that.
Discussion? Roll call?
Hawk,
Yes.
Johnson,
Yes.
Schultz,
Yes.
Blair,
Yes.
Call,
Yes.
Chrisman,
Yes.
Lynch.
Yes.
Resolution number R13 2024, a resolution authorizing Joseph J. Denon, city manager of the city of Washington courthouse, to enter into an agreement with Rush Truck Centers for the purchase of an international dump truck for the service department.
Resolution number R14, 2024, first reading.
I move we place resolution number R14, 2024 on first reading.
Second.
We should play rock, paper, scissors. I think Caleb said it first, but anyway, discussion?
Okay.
Roll call?
Hawk,
Yes.
Johnson,
Yes.
Schultz,
Yes.
Blair,
Yes.
Call,
Yes.
Chrisman,
Yes.
Lynch.
Yes.
Resolution number R14 2024, a resolution stating the city of Washington's desire to annex certain real property known as 110 Civic Drive, parcel numbers 215-011, 215-00-032-00, 215-011-0-00-032-01, and 215-011-0-00-032-05 into the Washington City School District.
Wow, a lot of numbers.
Very good.
A lot of numbers.
The last one, resolution number R 15-2024, first reading.
I'll move we put resolution R 15-2024 on first reading.
Second.
Discussion. Roll call.
Hawk,
Yes.
Johnson,
Yes.
Schultz,
Yes.
Blair,
Yes.
Call,
Yes.
Chrisman,
Yes.
Lynch.
Yes.
Resolution number R 15-2024, a resolution authorizing Joseph J. Denon, City Manager of the City of Washington Courthouse, to execute and file an application with the Ohio Department of Natural Resources and to provide all information and documentation required to become eligible for possible funding assistance.
Kelly, with all that reading, you deserve the donut more than Mr. Dillon.
I don't know, I'm on the same team as he, gaining those 3
Yeah, but
pounds.
he's already got 3 pounds up, so, anyway.
We haven't been horribly successful this round. In
No.
fact, we've gone consistently in the opposite
No.
direction.
Okay, Mr. Chrisman, do you have anything this evening?
Not too much, just welcome everybody here, glad to see you this week. Come back and see us again, we enjoy seeing you. Thank you, ma'am, for your information, appreciate it. That's all I have, thank you.
Mr. Hawk?
I have 3 things.
Okay,
I appreciate Mrs. Call bringing bread for break time between our committee meetings. And I'm not gonna allow that to compromise me as far as voting and being in conflict.
oh, yes, you will.
Yeah, I probably will.
Give it time, Ted.
Second one, I'm glad to see us working on bringing annexation into our city school district. Something we should have been doing all along for a long time, because we have a lot of land in the county school district that they get the taxes for. So that's a good thing. And on weight loss, Mr. Denon.
Yeah. You gonna tell me how to do this?
I took I think it was like a 10-week program at the hospital that they were doing by a dietitian.
Mhm.
And we had a weigh-in every time. So the first time, it was in the winter, and I came in with all my clothes on.
We hope so.
Good for you, Ted.
That was week 1. Then, and got weighed, and so second week, I took my jacket off before I weighed, and I lost weight that week. Next week, I took my coveralls off, lost weight that week.
Oh, gosh.
Next week, I took my boots off, lost more weight.
Can we stop there?
The next week, I took one of my long johns off, lost a little weight,
It's not gonna stop.
and then that's where I'll end the story. But,
Okay.
I lost weight every week, so I was very
Okay.
successful in my weight
Clothes off.
loss game.
Oh, shoot.
So, just some ideas.
All right.
Some idea.
That's all.
Oh, my gosh, Sylvia, do you want to follow that?
I don't know. I'm really questioning my seating choice. A lot of questions. So I would be remiss if I didn't talk about how it was almost exactly a year ago where we were halfway through the chicken ordinance. So that continues to be just a source of joy for my family, and my oldest is doing a chicken project for 4-H, so he's super excited about that and taking ownership of all of chicken chores lately, which is kind of nice. I did have a lady who lives down the street from me ask about the possibility of looking at putting in either a stop sign or a four-way stop or something, and I talked to you, Mr. Denon, about it. And since we've talked, I noticed when I came home from work the other day, there was another wreck at that intersection. But it's the intersection, North Main and Temple. And it does seem to be, it's just tricky to kind of get out of there. And I do see what she's saying. It was Linda Brubaker who reached out to me. She lives just down the street. And I said, I can bring it up. I don't know what that process looks like, but I'll bring it up.
I already asked the police department and service to look at the intersection. And we would talk about it at your safety and service meeting.
Perfect. Good deal. That's all I have.
You can't follow.
No, you really can't.
Mr. Schultz?
Well, let's see, I wrote something down. I really don't need these glasses, but I've reached the age where curiosity is a lot stronger than vanity. The best way to cheer yourself up is to cheer up somebody else. So that is a good thing to live by. And so we want to continue thinking about that. When you cheer up somebody else, you kind of cheer yourself up as you go along. So, and we are working on a lot of projects. Thanks for bringing up about the money. We took a bunch of houses down last year in 2023. A bunch of them's coming down again this year. So we're using up that money as quickly as we can get our hands on it. So, but thank you all for being here, and so we appreciate it. That's all I have. Thank you.
Mr. Blair?
Just one thing I would request from the Record Herald, they strike Mr. Hawk's third comment.
Stop at the jacket.
That's all I have, sir.
That's all I have.
That might be the best statement of the night, Mr. Blair.
Yeah, that might be.
Mr. Johnson, what do you have?
Yeah, Councilman Hawk's provocative weight loss.
Oh my God.
Were not on my 2024 bingo card. Wow, quite unexpected. Thank you everyone for coming. And Miss Lanning, right? Is that, yeah. I am very proud of the amount of buildings that we took down last year. So that was a top concern. I was, and now it's his problem. He's the new chairman of the Nuisance and Abatement Committee, but last year I was. It was the most efficient committee, as we all know. But we found, I believe, early in the year that year, was it around 300,000 that we ended up getting?
That sounds right.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
we did something larger too. I can't remember what.
Well, the county got a bunch of money, and we took 300,000 of it.
Yeah. So it flows in through the county essentially, from what I understand of it. So
The land bank's the applicant.
okay,
Well, okay,
yeah.
there you go.
So that makes sense then. But I always encourage, and I don't think anyone has ever. A lot of people come to these now, which I'm very happy about. I would love it if people came to the Nuisance and Abatement Committee and told us how much they hate their neighbors' properties, because that's really, otherwise we don't know. There's only, like, I try to drive through town and keep a note of what I see, but ultimately, and I apologize, there's just one of me. So I can't drive every street, all of Washington Courthouse every day and understand what's going on in it, you know, on every street. But the more people who chip in and participate and let us know, the better we can do our job. So I really appreciate when people come in and let us know, because it gives us direction. So thank you.
That it?
Yep.
Okay, the only thing I have is, does anybody want to make a motion to adjourn?
I'll make that motion to adjourn.
I'll
Second.
second that. No, Sylvia did it.
Sylvia,
Sylvia did.
Okay.
they played rock, paper, scissors.
Yeah, we did. I lost.
Okay, roll call.
Hawk?
Yes.
Johnson?
Yes.
Schultz?
Yes.
Blair?
Yes.
Call?
Yes.
Crispin?
Yes.
Lynch?
Yes, we are adjourned.